I remember the first thing that I planted were herbs, and I planted them, but I don't know, for some reason it didn't work out. I remember it was like a really hot summer. In the South, summers are really hot, especially in this part of the country. It's like blazing 110, no rain, no nothing like that. So the sun was burning my herbs. All the herbs got burnt. I'm not joking, they were completely black. They were burnt to the ground. Yeah, I did not even know where I could get a crepe myrtle. You know those trees that have those pink flowers of purple, those little tiny white flowers. I didn't know where I could get one. And the irony about it is that when I found out where I could get one, I got a lot of them, and they were so easy to grow. They're like easy going. They're not high maintenance. So that was an easy thing. I remember the first time when I would go out there to the front yard and and it's funny when I remember because I remember I would be trying to plant my little plants and some would die, some would survive, and things like that. And I would notice some of the little neighbors that would sometimes gather by the little street there and they would just be giggling. I'm sure they were laughing. They're like, oh, look at her. She thinks she can make something of that. But, I didn't really care because I was pursuing my passion. I saw a garden and I was going to make that garden. So anyway, so I kept going at it and that's how I got a garden. I began learning about different plants, different seeds, different things like tulip. Tulips, they don't really work for me. I planted the bulbs in the ground, but the squirrels kept on digging them up and eating them. So I don't have really good luck with tulips. But I do have good luck with all sorts of things like, zinnias, which the butterflies love zinnias. With seeds at the dollar store, I can plant tons of zinnias. And, they're the easiest ones. And they're just like this beautiful, bright little cakes, cupcakes. That's what they remind me of. And all of a sudden I started learning about I don't know, um, all sorts of plants. Canna lilies. Those are like they're tough. They can withstand any weather. And I learned about perennials, annuals, and all the ins and out about different types of plants. And all of a sudden I had all these different plants, and some would be dormant in the winter and then they come back, and so the collection of my plants got larger, so I have more plants. So, um, eventually, even the neighbors, so the ones that were giggling and kind of laughing at the idea of me planting a garden, would come over and say, "Oh, I like your garden. Oh, those are pretty. It looks nice." Things like that. Sometimes I would give them a little plant, so they can plant it at their yard. But anyway, the thing about a passion is that when you have a passion in life, um, while you're pursuing that, you don't have time. You won't notice things like, who don't like it, who criticizes you. You're so busy pursuing your passion that those things don't even matter because, I mean, you have a passion, you have a vision, you already have a picture of your mind of what you're going towards, what you're going to want to accomplish. There's this picture in your mind and you see it so vividly, and then you go step at a time and step at a time until you get to that destination. When you have a passion, you have a passion and you just like so focused on that you are bound to somehow, some way accomplish it. I mean, of course, you know, um, you're not doing it really because God put that in your mind. God put that in your heart, that dream, that vision, that passion in your heart. So God will help you accomplish that. I mean, what I would do, I remember at the beginning, I would get a little shy, because I get a little embarrassed if they would be giggling or, looking at me kind of laughing or whatever. Um, I would just put my headphones on and I just kept on planting. I just kept on planting because I was on a mission. Whatever anybody else said was not really that important because, I was too busy planting a garden.